It's time for Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Pierre Governor Baseball is brought to you by Bank West, Beck Motors, Avera, Todd's Electric, Shane's Pharmacy, Stulkin Peterson, Walti and Jones LLP, Graham Tire, and Kruger Contracting.
That one out to left field. That's down for a base hit. Pierre will take the lead. Grounding third, trying to score is Kaiser. He will slide in safely. A 2-out, 2 RBI single for Zabel in the 7th, and Pierre takes a 4-2 lead.
And by American Family Insurance, Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, Yay Gare, May Adam, Wagner Auto, Comtech, Gales Gas, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Ferding Electric, Agtegra, and AGE Corporation.
3-2 pitch. Stalley, fly ball to left field. That should be deep enough to win the ball game. Kaiser will tag up from third. The catch is made. The throw coming to the plate. 10 in a row for the Governors. They score 3 in the 7th inning. Stalley with a walk-off sac fly.
Pierre Governor Baseball is also brought to you in part by Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, True Green Chemlawn, Nystrom Electric, Fisher Rounds, Faith Lutheran Church, Graham Tire, and CHS River Plains.
1-1 pitch. Fly ball to left field. Merkwan going back on it. Still going back. He's up underneath it. And for the first time in history, the Pierre Governors win the Class A State Baseball Championship. A dogpile ensues near first base.
And by Lamb Motors, First Dakota National Bank, Edward Jones Financial, South Dakota Office of the Attorney General, Division of Consumer Protection, Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping. Now, let's head to the booth with the call of the game with the voice of the Governors, KCCR Sports Director, John Winkler.
For the first time here in 2024, the Pierre Governors are at home at Hyde Stadium as they take on a rematch from the state championship last year. The Harrisburg Tigers are in town, and this is a big-time matchup with two teams inside the top 5. Good afternoon, John Winkler here on the beautiful, beautiful Saturday afternoon as the Pierre Governors 2 weeks later 2 weeks and a day later are finally getting to play their first home game of the season, and for the first time in almost 2 weeks are playing for the first time. As the Governors last played against the Mitchell Colonels on the road, they did not play them last night, and the Govs are looking to get back in the win column again, just like they did last week Monday when they beat the Mitchell Colonels in a doubleheader, sitting at 9-4 in the season. Harrisburg coming in at 14-2 in South Dakota games, but 22-2 overall, or 20-4 overall, as they sit in third place in the Class A standings. We'll talk more about the standings as we go along here this afternoon and about the games going on today. But it's been a long time since the Governors have played here at home, all the way back in graduation weekend last year when we're 2 weeks away from that now this year. So almost exactly 12 months later, the Governors are finally back at home here in 2024. And the first time in almost 10 months that we've seen a baseball game be played here at Hyde Stadium since the Hawaii Zap and the Post-State Legion team have played here. So it's been a long time since baseball has been played at Hyde Stadium, and it is you couldn't ask for a better day of baseball here this afternoon as the Governors take on the Harrisburg Tigers. This is the premier match of the entire weekend. There is not a bigger matchup between the two teams than what we're seeing here today, a top 5 matchup, and what should be a fun day of baseball here at Hyde Stadium. The Governors are looking for at least a split, looking for a Game 1 win, and then try and go get game number 2. But this is going to be a great matchup between these two teams. We'll talk about the pitching matchup, 2 lefties on the mound for both the Governors and the Harrisburg Tigers, and it was down to a misstep last year when the Governors beat the Harrisburg Tigers in the regular season when they had the bases loaded and a walk with 2 outs. Man missed home plate and ended up costing them the tying run at that point, and the Governors end up winning that game, part of their 14-game winning streak to win the state championship last year. So there's not much separation, and even last year in the state championship, another 15, 20 feet on a fly ball would have been a home run to give Harrisburg the lead. Actually, would have given the lead in the top of the 7th in the state championship. So these two teams were evenly matched last year, looking to be the same this year, but looking for the Governors to try and win a couple of baseball games as they take on the Harrisburg Tigers later on, or here coming up in about 10 minutes. We'll step aside for 3 minutes here in the pregame show. When we come back, we'll have starting lineups for you. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR, watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Comtech, your local technology solutions provider, is now located on the truck bypass. With great brands like Bose, Sonos, LG, Samsung, Lenovo, and so much more. Stop in to see their new showroom for everything in stock for your personal or business needs. Comtech provides professional installation and service after the sale. Comtech is your local technology store, located now on the truck bypass, or visit us on the web at comtechplus.com.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Nystrom Electrical Contracting in Pierre has been providing professional sales, service, and installation since 1977. Whether you're starting from scratch, new construction, or you're upgrading your current system at your home, farm, or office, give the professionals at Nystrom Electrical Contracting a call. They've got a lot of bright ideas. Call Nystrom's today to schedule a free computer-generated estimate. The number is 224-8750, or visit their website at nystromelectric.com.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up all online. New or used, shop for it all online anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
As we welcome you back here, we are getting set for first pitch between Pierre and Harrisburg as we go through the starting lineups. First for the Harrisburg Tigers, it'll be Jack Riley lead things off. He's the first baseman. Max Carlson, the catcher, will bat second. Max Shearer, the left fielder, will bat third. Eli Kokench, the shortstop, will bat fourth. Tegan Muntz, the DH, will bat fifth. Noah Boucher, the third baseman, will bat sixth. Carter Gronseth, the second baseman, will bat seventh. Cohen Cook, the center fielder, is batting eighth, and in right field will be Palmer Boyd. He will bat ninth in game number one. Braxton Kusler is on the mound. The lefty will make his will be the first man to pitch here for the Harrisburg Tigers in the game number one here today. For the Pierre Governors, it'll be George Staley lead things off. He's the center fielder. Batting second is Nolan Peterson, the catcher. Charlie Simpson will be the right fielder batting third. Jed Zabel will pitch and be batting fourth. Miles Doyle, the second baseman, is batting fifth. Kate Kaiser, the third baseman, will bat sixth. Matthew Beard, the first baseman, batting seventh. Dawson Getz will bat eighth and play shortstop. Spencer Easlin is in left field, and he is batting ninth for the Pierre Governors. And again, Jed Zabel will be on the mound for the Pierre Governors, and for Braxton Kusler, he is 4-1 of the season. Jed Zabel is 3-0 on the season. We'll talk about their ERA and how well and just how good they've pitched. Not so much their record, but just how good they've pitched coming up here in just a little bit. We will step aside for 3 minutes, come back with the first pitch after this. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR, watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. Now is the time to order your new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles, plus a good selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and auto body shop with trained technicians, along with a friendly financing team that'll work with you to find the best deal and one that'll fit your budget. Wagner Auto is your local full-service family-owned dealership for over 115 years. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com. Yag Air Incorporated is your locally owned ag chemical and seed retailer. Yag Air Incorporated offers reliable ground and aerial application. For the latest seed and chemical pricing, contact Kyle at 605-280-8710 or Tony at 605-280-4771. Yag Air for all your ag chemical and seed needs. Kyle 605-280-8710 or Tony 605-280-4771.
Sometimes you get a piece of it and the ball sails over the fence. Other times, despite your best efforts, you strike out. I'm not just talking about the game, I mean your day. This is Pastor Sam of Faith Lutheran Church. Whether today feels like a home run or a strikeout, I encourage you to join us for worship. We celebrate when God gives us a wonderful day. We provide support and encouragement when that third strike comes. Come join us for encouraging and uplifting worship at Faith Lutheran Church.
As we welcome you back, we are getting set for first pitch, and coming to the plate will be the leadoff man, as it'll be Jack Riley to come to the plate to lead things off for the Harrisburg Tigers as we are getting underway here at Hyde Stadium between the Pierre Governors and the Harrisburg Tigers. Glad you're with us here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports, as making sure everybody is up and ready to roll before we get our first pitch. But the Governors coming in at 9-4, Harrisburg at 12-2, made that 14-2 inside the state. First pitch is over for strike one as we're underway at 12:58 here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon at Hyde Stadium. There's a lot of beautiful Saturday afternoons at Hyde Stadium. There's a swing and a miss, foul tip, and a quick count is quickly 0-2 to the leadoff man and Jack Riley. 55 degrees here at first pitch, but it says it feels like 53, but with the sun shining, it feels great. 0-2 pitch is a curveball that drops in for strike three, and the leadoff man is down in 3 pitches. Riley will take a seat and bring up Max Carlson, the catcher, who will bat second for Harrisburg. 55 degrees, winds west-northwest at 9 miles an hour. Rather calm day here at the ballpark. First pitch to Max Carlson will be cut on and missed for strike one. And already we've seen the strikeout pitch work for Jet Zabel, but this is a team that strikes out quite a bit. Overall so far on the season, 150 strikeouts, up to 160 strikeouts now on that last strikeout. That was upstairs, and the count's 1-1 here to Max Carlson. To put that into the opposite of that they're either striking out or getting base hits a lot is because they've got 197 hits overall and 160 strikeouts. They've walked 125 times, so it's a 1-to-1 ratio, basically. There's not a whole lot of separation between getting a lot of hits and striking out a lot. There's a swing and a miss and a pitch in the dirt. The throw will have to go to first from Peterson to Matthew Brewer. Back-to-back strikeouts for Jed Zabel to open up the afternoon. There's 2 down, and it brings up Maddox Shearer with nobody on base. And again, it is Maddox Shearer, the left fielder, batting third. Eli Kokenge, the shortstop, will bat fourth. Tegan Muntz, the DH, batting fifth. Noah Boucher, the third baseman, will bat 6th. Carter Gronsett, the second baseman, batting 7th. Cohen Cook, the center fielder, batting 8th. And Palmer Boyd, the right fielder, will bat 9th. As Zabel's first pitch will be upstairs for ball 1. Before we get to the end of this first inning, Zabel is making his 5th start. He is 3-0 so far in the 4 starts that he's had. This will miss low, and the count's 2-0. 6 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned in 22 innings, which is good for a 1.273 ERA. This will be popped up right side. Diving is Charlie Simpson to make the catch. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Pierre Governors. Charlie Simpson out in rights. Highlights the end of that inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. Half an inning is done here at Hyde Stadium in a 0-0 score as the Pierre Governors will come to the plate. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR. Why don't you get on YouTube at KCCR Sports?
Look, it's no secret that owning a vehicle can cause a lot of stress, and they get a lot of wear and tear on them through the extreme seasons we've grown to love. Graham Tire wants you to know that you can trust them with any problem that you have with your vehicle. Their ASE certified mechanics can make your AC cool again, or even just change your oil. They can look into and fix those noises that seem to come from nowhere and have you stressed out. Bring your car to Graham Tire so they can put your mind at ease. Graham Tire, your tire store next door.
Why am I so sore? There are everyday moments.
Whoa, hey, hold the ladder! Hold the ladder!
Yeah, that hurt. And there are epic moments.
Slide, slide, slide! College! Slide! Class of 1995!
When a moment creates a health need, visit the experts at Avera Orthopedics. We're moving health forward so you can tell the story. Learn more at avera.org/orthopedics.
What is the other lefty on the mound for the Harrisburg Tigers? Braxton Kusler will get the start for Harrisburg as we head to the bottom of the first inning, and it is the Northern State commit that will be on the mound for the Tigers. The strong left-handed pitcher will look to be as quick and as good as what Jet Zabel was in that first inning. George Staley leading off for the Governors. He's playing center field. Nolan Peterson batting second and catching. Charlie Simpson, who just made that diving catch out in right, he will bat third. Jet Zabel, the pitcher, batting fourth. Miles Doyle will bat fifth and be the second baseman. Kate Kaiser will play third base and bat sixth. Matthew Brewer is batting seventh and playing first. Dawson Getz, the shortstop, batting eighth, and Spencer Easlin will bat ninth and play left field for the Pierre Governors. As Kusler will finish up his warm-up tosses, we talk about his ability so far. This will be his 4th starts, his 6th appearance overall, but in those first 5 appearances, he is 4-1 in 16 2/3 innings, giving up 4 hits, 5 runs, 3 of them earned, 12 walks, 38 strikeouts. Has hit one man, a 1.26 ERA and a whip of 0.96. So when you compare the two ERAs and whips for the Governors and Zabel, it's 1.273, a whip at 0.96, and a 1.26 ERA for Kusler and whip at 0.96. So these guys are just about as even as you get and both very good on the mound. So any base runners, especially early on in this game, you're going to treat this like it's a late inning and you're wanting to get runs because you don't know how many you're going to get. So if Staley gets on, I wouldn't be surprised if Nolan Peterson maybe tries to bunt him over. First pitch will be over for strike one. Because, and that would be the same way for now. Harrisburg is a different method of playing baseball. They like to hit the long ball. They like to swing hard all the time. Where the Governors are a small ball team, as Staley will swing and miss at the 0-1 pitch. The off speed got him out in front, and the count's quickly 0-2. But the Governors, who like to play a lot of small ball, they like to bunt the baseball a lot. This is a game where in the first inning you might see something come about of it because of the fact that runs can be very much at a premium today. 0-2 pitch is well upstairs, trying to go above the eyes to get Staley to chase, but was too far upstairs from Kusler. And the count goes to 1-2. You're listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station. Bottom of the first, no score between Pierre and Harrisburg. Home opener for the Governors. The 1-2 pitch to Staley. He'll wait on it and fly it out towards right center field. That's going to get down to the gap, and it's going to be good for extra bases. Overrun by the center fielder Cook, so Staley will still have to stop at second, but he's got himself a leadoff double, and the Governors are in business to kick off the ball game. And George Staley, who has picked up his 6th double in 16 hits. Leading the team in extra base hits with those 5 doubles, now the 6th double. And it brings up Nolan Peterson. And this is where maybe a bunt doesn't come into play because Nolan Peterson batting .405 and 6 runs driven in. This is a spot where Peterson thrives at putting the ball in play at least to try and advance Stalley over. First pitch will be at the top of the zone on the outside edge, taken for a strike. And the count is 0-1. So Kusler, who gives up less than a hit or walk per inning, the leadoff man, ends up with a stand-up double. Peterson well behind the 0-1 fastball, and the count's now 0-2. And do you go to the well again, trying to go maybe up above the eyes to try and get him to chase, or right at the eye level to try and get him to chase? 0-2 pitch from Kusler. Peterson got a piece of it, and he'll foul that one away and fouled out of play. And the count remains at 0-2. Putting everybody into the dugout from the home plate umpire. So the count remains at 0-2 here to Nolan Peterson, second man in the order. And a chance to get the Governors an early lead. Stalley leads away from second and looking for a pickoff attempt, but nobody was covering second. So Stalley, as he scampered back, was able to do so with ease and without a throw from Kusler. Kusler will come set from the stretch. Here's the 0-2 pitch again to Peterson. Right at the knees and taken for strike 3, and a rare strikeout of Nolan Peterson, especially looking in a perfect spot from Kusler to get his first out. And it'll bring up the number 3 hitter in Charlie Simpson. Feels like it's been about a couple months ago, but the last time that Charlie Simpson came to the plate, the last 3 times he's come to the plate, he had an RBI double, a 3-run homer, and another double. That was against the Mitchell Colonels last week, Monday. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. I don't mean like this past Monday, like 5 days ago. I mean, 12 days ago on that Monday, April 22nd. Simpson had a strong finish to that ball game against the Colonels. Now he can pick up where he left off almost 2 weeks ago. Another pickoff attempt, and Kusler just bluffs the throw. The second baseman in Gronstad still far enough away that Kusler wasn't going to throw to the bag. But trying to keep Stalley over there at second, a little bit closer than where he's at. The 1-0 pitch, that was off speed, and it floated in for a strike, and then the ball gets away from the pitcher. The throw to third, and it'll be an error charge to the catcher on the throw back to the mound, and heads up by George Stalley, and his speed will pick up an extra base at any point. And Stalley, paying attention, forces the Harrisburg Tigers to commit their first error of the ball game. From Max Carlson, not where he was hoping to pick up an error, regardless of where it's at. No one to have an error happen, and something like that, it's more of a mental error than a physical error. Simpson swung and missed at the 1-1 pitch, so the count's now 1-2. The infield is in all the way around. 1-2 pitch, hard shot that is caught by the first baseman right to Jack Riley to make the catch, and there's now 2 down. That was labeled for a triple if that gets past him. But there's 2 away, and it will bring up the pitcher, Jed Zabel, who can help himself out. Now everybody will go back on the infield, but I was going to mention, too, that Zabel, or that Simpson, when he came to the plate, everybody moved in when Stalley got to third base to try and cut off that run. Again, knowing how important with both of these guys' ERAs sitting sub 1.5 and whips sub 1, that every base runner is important, especially early on in this game, and every run can be at a premium. They brought the infield in the bottom of the first inning. 0-1 pitch is taken for a strike, and Zabel's quickly down 0-2 to Kusler, who's trying to finish off this inning after giving up a leadoff double. Runner at third with 1 out, and he's trying to get out of it. Kusler will work from the windup, the 0-2 pitch. Zabel swings and misses and strikes out, and that will retire the side. So no runs off the leadoff double from George Stalley, no 1 error and 1 man left on base. We have played 1 complete here at Hyatt Stadium, and there is no score between Pierre and Harrisburg. Back in a minute here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Form, function, finesse. The all-new 2024 all-wheel drive Ford Escape is now on sale at Capital City Ford for $32,000 with up to $2,250 in rebates. If you're looking for adaptable interiors ready for your daily adventures, whether it's a trip to the grocery store, to a spontaneous road trip, and everywhere in between, Capital City Ford has you covered. Payments are as low as $385 with Ford Credit Flex Buy program. For more information and details, contact a sales professional at Capital City Ford. Check out their full vehicle lineup at CapitalCityFord.com. Capital City Ford in Pierre.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
Top of the second, no score between Pierre and Harrisburg as we welcome you back here at Hyde Stadium. It is going to be 4, 5, and 6 for the Harrisburg Tigers. Eli Kokenge, Tegan Muntz, and Noah Bochet will be the first three hitters. Leadoff double by George Stalley in the bottom of the first, and Governors couldn't cash in. First pitch will be outside for ball one, and again, we mentioned in the first inning that every base runner is going to be important. If you get a leadoff double, that's an inning that you got to circle because of the fact that you didn't pick up a run, could come back to haunt you. And the same would be the set if Harrisburg has a leadoff double here and doesn't score. That's one where you circle that helped the team win or didn't win a ball game. This will be popped up on the infield. Right side, Jet Zabel calling for it, coming off the mound. He will backpedal and make the catch for the first out. And just a pop-up to Zabel to lead off the top of the second. Second man to put the ball in play. So here's now Tegan Muntz, the DH, as he comes in. And for Tegan Muntz, he is hitting .316, third best on the team with average. Fourth best in average. First pitch is over for strike one. 18 hits, he's got 8 doubles, a triple, and a home run. As he'll swing and miss at the 0-1 pitch, and the count's now 0-2. 15 runs driven in. They have played 22 games. Make that 24 games. There's a line shot into left field for a base hit. First base runner for the Harrisburg Tigers. 19th hit of the season for Tegan Muntz. And there's one on and one out here in the top of the second. And it will bring up now Noah Bochet. Bochet hitting .312 so far in the season. He's got 4 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run. 7 home runs in total for this team in 22 games, or 24 games. First pitch is outside for ball one. 21 runs driven in. Second best on the team, and one of 3 guys with at least 20 RBIs. Here's a ground ball to the third baseman. Kaiser got over the line, but it went underneath this glove. I think that'll probably just be scored a hit, and it'll be first and second with one out. Would have been a tough play for Kaiser if he had fielded it cleanly. And it'll bring up Carter Gronseth. And Carter Gronseth coming in, and for Jet Zabel, who is outing against Jefferson, where he gave up just 1 hit, already given up 2 hits back-to-back here. He gave up 1 hit in the 2 outs at the bottom of the 7th. First pitch will miss for ball one. Giving up 2 hits here in back-to-back at-bats here in the top of the second. Runners at first and second now with 1 away. Another ground ball to Kaiser. He gets a chance to make a force over at third base. 1-0 pitch will miss low, and the count's now 2-0. Gronseth hitting .434 coming in, which is best on the team. 5 doubles, 5 triples, 23 runs driven in. He is the team leader in runs driven in. That one's upstairs, and the count's now 3-0, and Zabel is in danger of walking the bases loaded here with 1 out in the top of the second inning. Cohen Cook, the left fielder, is on deck. The center fielder is on deck. 3-0 pitch is a get me over strike, and the count's now 3-1. Important at bat right here. Ground ball up the middle somewhere, get you out of the inning. Ground ball right to the bag at third could get you out of the inning as well. 3-1. As a curveball that drops in, the count's now 3-2. And from 3-0 now to 3-2 here to Grand Seth. Zabel comes set from the stretch. 3-2 pitch. Walked him. Bases are now loaded here with one away. And it brings up Cohen Cook. A chance to give Harrisburg their first lead and open up the scoring here at the top of the second inning.
Now batting the center fielder, number 8, Cohen Cook.
Corners are in here for Cohen Cook. Ground ball to first or third or back to the mound. They'll go home with it. First pitch will miss outside for ball one. Cook is hitting .220 so far in the year. He's got just 9 hits, but one of those 9 hits is a home run. He's got 8 runs driven in. Hands extended out and over the top of the plate as he waits on the 1-0 pitch that will bounce in, and a good block there from Nolan Peterson. And the count goes to 2-0. No place to put him. Got to go and attack him. Maybe get a pop-up somewhere on the infield or a shallow fly ball. That one to be at the top of the zone, maybe on the outside corner at the top, and the count's 2-1. It's a big strike from Zabel. He works from the windup, the 2-1 pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop, Dawson Getz. He'll field throw to second for one, to first, not picked by Brewer, and it will be an RBI fielder's choice. And very close to having an inning-ending double play. But it is a 1-0 lead here for the Harrisburg Tigers, an RBI fielder's choice for Cohen Cook.
Now batting the right fielder, number 3.
And just a ball's just a little bit higher thrown from the second baseman Miles Doyle to Matthew Burry. Make the catch, but that ball being trying to pick from Brewer, just a tough play. So it's an RBI, and still threatening are the Harrisburg Tigers. And so now Zabel, he'll put the wristband on his wrist. He had it around his belt. First pitch is over for strike one. Here to Palmer Boyd, the right fielder, number 9 man in the order. Runners are at first and third with the 2 away. 0-1 pitch. Popped up, left side, left fielder, and Spencer Eason. He'll camp underneath it, make the catch to retire the side. Here in the top of the second, when a run does score on 2 hits in the inning, there are no errors, and there was 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the second, 1-0 lead for the Harrisburg Tigers over the Pierre Governors. You listen to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Back in a minute.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
People helping people. Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do. Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
Bottom of the second, it is a 1-0 lead for the Harrisburg Tigers over the Pierre Governors on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. 5, 6, and 7 here for the Pierre Governors. Miles Doyle, Kate Kaiser, Matthew Burr. Anybody reaches base, it'll be Dawson Getz, the shortstop. Harrisburg took advantage of 1-out singles, a walk that lowered the bases, and end up with a fielder's choice RBI for Cohen Cook. Right now the difference, and you circle the bottom of the first, maybe you circle the top of the second. If the Governors do end up winning this ball game with one out and the bases loaded, Harrisburg probably sitting on the other side saying we should have had more than one run score. So maybe it turns in favor of the Governors that only one run scored in that second inning. 1-0 pitch to Doyle's on the outside edge for a strike, and the count is 1-1 to the Governors senior. 250 batting average so far. He's got 2 runs driven in. Does have a double. 3 hits and 12 at-bats overall. There's a swing and a miss. And the count is now 1-2. The Governors haven't played 13 games. Harrisburg with 24 games in. The discrepancy of guys and batting averages, they still could be around the same, but the amount of bats that guys have had is that one missed low, and the count's 2-2. A total of 635 at-bats for the Harrisburg Tigers coming in, 336 in total for the Pierre Governors. Plate appearances are at 791 and 422. That one will be taken for strike 3, and Miles Doyle will go down looking for the third strikeout for Braxton Kusler. And the first out here in the bottom of the second. So here's Cade Kaiser. Getting a chance to, after dealing with the finger injury, broken finger that kept him out, well, right now, I guess, for the majority of the season, because we've barely been able to play since he's been able to be hitting again. I think Brandon Valley was the first time that he had a chance to come to the plate, so feels like it was forever ago that he first hit, but overall hasn't had a chance to really hit because of how many games have been rained out. He's still looking for that first hit. He's only 0 for 2 in 4 plate appearances. This is only his 5th plate appearance of the entire season. 0-2 pitch here to Kaiser. He'll swing and miss for a strike 3, and Kusler is back-to-back strikeouts, 3 dating back to last inning. 4 strikeouts in total now, and it'll bring up Matthew Brewer. Matthew Brewer hitting 182 so far. Does have a triple and an RBI for his 1 extra base hit. And waiting on the first pitch from Kusler. He'll swing and miss, does Brewer, and the count's 0-1. And Kusler, that fastball has got a lot of velocity behind it as he delivers the 0-1 pitch, and Brewer swings and misses again. The count's now 0-2. Kusler works quickly, but also has found a good rhythm right now, and he's looking to strike out the side in order. So get the sign from Max Carlson, the 0-2 pitch. That'll bounce in, didn't get Brewer to chase, and the count goes to 1-2. Top of the order is due up in the top of the third for the Harrisburg Tigers with Jack Riley, Max Carlson, and Maddox Shearer. Kusler's worked around and leadoff double in the bottom of the first to retire the last 5 straight, looking for 6 in a row. But the 1-2 pitch is upstairs, and the count goes to now 2-2. Nobody on, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. 2-2 pitch. Curveball, looking for the backdoor curveball. Dropping it right at the back foot of Matthew Brewer, but didn't get him a chase. And a good take there from Brewer. And the count from 0-2 is now 3-2. Payoff pitch from Kusler. Ground ball on the left side. It'll be fielded by the third baseman, but it goes under his glove. And Noah Boucher will pick up the second Harrisburg error. And there is 1 on and 2 outs here in the bottom of the second, and it will bring up Dawson Getz.
Now batting the shortstop, number 7, Dawson. Yeah.
And so now Dawson Getz got a chance. Maybe we'll see if he can drive somewhere in the gap and get Brewer on his horse. He had .216 batting average. One RBI so far for Dawson Getz. First pitch is over for strike 1. And somewhat, no pun intended, on Derby Saturday. Here's the 0-1 pitch. This will be popped up on the right side. That'll be out of play, and the count goes to 0-2. The Kentucky Derby later on tonight. Fierceness with the best odds, 3-1. And you got to 5-1 odds for Sierra Leone, as Getz will line this one found on the right side. And Forever Young at 6-1 odds, best 3 horses. The 49-1, the highest odds, Endlessly Got the highest odds that in Teal Password at 49-1. Ground ball on the third base line, but that is foul by Getz. He'll stay live at 0-2. First leg of the Triple Crown later on today. Matthew Burr leads away from first. Dawson Getz trying to stay alive again. 0-2 pitch upcoming here from Braxton Kusler. Swing and a miss. Blew fastball by him. 3 strikeouts the inning from Kusler. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and one man left on base. We have played 2 complete. Harrisburg leads Pierre 1-0 after 2. Back in a minute here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
The lawyers at the May Adam Law Firm in Pierre know how important your families are to you. If you've been putting off getting your affairs in order, know that the May Adam Law Firm is available to counsel you through your questions and help you get the documents in place so that you've made your loved ones secure. Call them at 224-8803 and they can chat with you about how to document your concerns and care for your family. We're all in this together, and the May Adam Law Firm is ready and able to help.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Jack Riley lead things off as we get back to the top of the order for the Harrisburg Tigers as we welcome you back to Hyde Stadium for the top of the third inning. 1-0 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schoffelbein scoreboard for the Harrisburg Tigers as Riley will swing and a miss at the first pitch in the dirt. 4-1. He struck out looking to open up the ball game. Was able to retire the first 4 men in a row before the next 3 all reach base. Actually, the next 4 reach base, which include a fielder's choice as it counts 1-1. Which they drew 1 run in that top of the second with the bases loaded and 1 out. Was able to limit the damage. There's a swing and a miss, and the counts 1-2 here to Jack Riley. Riley's got a .375 batting average coming into today. 3 doubles, 3 triples, 12 runs driven in. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That is grounded foul over to the third base coaching box. Kicked up by Coach Abrahamson, and it's not a bad play from the third base coach over there for Harrisburg. 1-2 pitch, grounded right back to Zabel off of his glove. He'll pick it up, he'll float it to first and retire Riley. And the leadoff man is retired to open up the top of the third inning, and Zabel did a good job of staying with it. He didn't put a whole lot behind that throw to first base, but he had the time to do it. So there is 1 down, and it'll bring up Max Carlson. Carlson struck out swinging his first at bat. .340 batting average coming into today with 4 doubles, 4 triples, and a home run, and 9 runs driven in. Which is wild that he's got 9 extra base hits and only 9 runs driven in. As it counts 0-2 here to Max Carlson. But again, if nobody's on base in front of him, he can get those. He's scored 21 times, so that tells you that he gets on base and guys drive him in. Be the number 2 hitter. 0-2 pitch just missing outside for ball 1. Zabel is trying to paint the corner. A backdoor breaking ball. 1-2 pitch. This will be popped up on the right side. Brewer giving chase, but he will run out of room. And it will land foul. And the count remains at 1-2. Top of the third here in Hyde Stadium in game 1 of a doubleheader. First doubleheader since April 22nd. 1-2 pitch is grounded foul to the third base side near the bench dugout, and we'll do it again here at 1-2. Feels like it's been a long time since we brought you Pierre Governor Baseball, and just about 2 weeks ago that we had our last game. 1-2 pitch is just a bit high. They got all the way to the backstop and over the top of the head of Nolan Peterson. The count is now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here to Max Carlson. Got to throw Bob Euchre in there a little bit. That was it just missed the strike zone. 2-2 pitch. This will be launched out to left field. That is foul, and that went almost into the car that had the door open. It actually didn't hit between the car and the door itself.
He's got it in his hand. He's showing it off.
That is unreal that ball was able to find the one open car door. That'll be missing low for ball 3, and the count's now 3-2. You can't see it from either of the angles of the iPad. 3-2 pitch. That one's fouled away. And it remains full at 3-2. I mean, that is, I don't know how, like, that's one of those hit it here signs that he actually hit it here. 3-2 pitch will just miss for ball 4. And Max Carlson will draw a long at-bat, 1-out walk. And there's 1 on and 1 out here in the top of the 3rd to bring up Max Shear. Man that was in the car, he is looking underneath this car to try and find it. And can't seem to locate where the baseball was. And has he checked inside of his car yet?
Courtesy runner for Harrisburg, number 1,
Ty Raylan will come in courtesy run, but he ends up with the baseball now. That is one that you'll probably never see again with an open car door. I mean, it's basically being like hitting a baseball through a car window that's down. All those extra windows, all these other cars. I mean, there's only a truck in front of that car, but of all the places for that ball to go, it rattles between the car and the door that's open. Count is 1-0 here to Max Shear. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Zabel. That will skip to the backstop into second base. Will go Raylan, and he is in scoring position here with 1 out in the top of the 3rd inning. I also want to say, too, that the car door wasn't wide open. It was just, it was ajar. It wasn't cracked open, but it wasn't completely wide open. It was one where you're trying to keep it somewhat closed, as there's a line shot into center field. Stalley coming in. He'll dive, but he can't make the catch. It'll land behind. Spencer Easlin will come up with it. He'll fire it back into short. Dawson Getz will cut it off. And it's 1st and 3rd now with 1 away as the runner at 2nd, and Raylan had to start making his way back to the bag and thinking it was going to be caught. And so by the time that he was running back to the bag and the ball had dropped, there was no way for him to round 3rd and try and score. And it's a 1-out single for Max Shearer, and he'll bring up Eli Kokenge. And a heads-up play from Spencer Easlin, too, because if he doesn't back it up, it is a run that probably does score. First pitch is outside for ball 1. That's not going to show up in a box score. And if the Governors do win this game, that's another one where you highlight that Spencer Easel was backing up George Stalley on a fly ball that was not left center. It was shallow center field. That one is missed outside. The count's now 2-0. So for Easlin to be where he was at after Stalley couldn't come away with the diving catch, if Stalley had to be the one to get up and go get the ball, run was going to score. That one will be taken for a strike, and the count's now 2-1 here to Kokenge, who popped out to Zabel just off the right side of the mound in the lead off the top of the 2nd inning. 1st and 3rd with 1 away. Runner takes off for a 2nd. That is fouled at the plate off of Kokenge. And the count remains at 1-2. So if he can get a ground ball here somewhere up the middle to make things a lot easier in the transition, get an inning double play, and find yourself in a spot where becomes even more important that Easlin is backing him up. This will be popped up, shallow left field. Easlin will come in. He'll make the catch. Runner does not tag. And there's now 2 down here in the top of the 3rd inning, and it will bring up Tegan Muntz.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 15, Keegan Muntz.
So Tegan Muntz, he singled, got the first base runner, first hit for Harrisburg, and he's now trying to make it a 2-0 lead for the Tigers. Here in the top of the 3rd inning. First pitch, that one is over for a strike on the outside edge. Much to Muntz thinking that it was a little bit outside. Was able to come set from the stretch. The 0-1. That is going to be outside off the glove of Peterson, but not far enough away for the runner to advance. And the count goes to 1-1. Muntz with that .316 batting average, looking for RBIs at 16, and with a ball in the gap, and this will be thrown to second. Coming back home to it. Peterson put the tack down. They got him out at home. They threw it to second. And it was, I believe, Miles Doyle that cut it off in second, threw it back home, and they threw him out trying to score. And Raylan is going to be left unable to score for the Harrisburg Tigers. 1-0 at the end of 2.5. Pierre Governors make some good defensive plays to get out of that top of the 3rd inning. Back in a minute, you're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Verdict Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Verdict Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Verdict Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Verdict Electric, 224-8684. Bottom of the 3rd inning, Pierre Governors will have 9-1-2. Spencer Easlin to lead things off, followed by George Stalley and Nolan Peterson. Governors make 2 big defensive plays, one that didn't result in an out, but helped the other play happen. When Easlin backed up George Stalley, who dove for that ball in center, just couldn't quite make the catch. Backing it up the play, kept the runner at 3rd base, and then it turned into a steal to second. Peterson, who bobbled the ball, ended up still throwing it to second. Doyle came in, cutting it off and fired a strike back home, and Peterson put the tag down on Raylan, who was running for the catcher in Carlson, and was able to tag him out to end the inning. So 2 big defensive plays that, without really, that second one does go down in the books, 2-4-2, caught stealing, whatever you want to, how you want to score it is going to look odd because it was a somewhat of an odd play, but a good play. But that base hit that led to first and third doesn't go in the book for who the guy in batting right now, Spencer Easlin, was able to do. So Easlin will wait on the 1-0 pitch. He'll foul that one straight back. And the count goes to 1-1. He'll make its way out of play. Easlin hitting .250 so far. Does have a triple, 4 runs driven in on 8 hits. Had that triple against Sioux Falls Jefferson a couple weekends ago. 1-1 pitch is over for a strike. The count's now 1-2. Without seeing that date off the top of my head, it's all the weekends start to run together when you have a couple of empty weekends of nothing happening. There's a swing and a miss by Easlin, and there's a strikeout, and there's one down here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And it will bring up George Stalley. That is strikeout number 6 of the first 9 guys that Braxton Kusler has faced. So Stalley, one of the 2 guys to reach base the first time through the order, led off with a double in the bottom of the 1st, but was left stranded at 3rd base after he moved to 3rd from a throwing error from the catcher Carlson. Here's the first pitch to Stalley. That'll be at the knees and maybe a little bit low, maybe outside as well, missing for ball 1. He'll wait on the 1-0 pitch from Braxton Kusler. That is at the knees and taken for a strike, and the count is now even at a ball and a strike. Kusler, lefty, Northern State University commit. Upstairs, and the count's now 2-1. Older brother, well, obviously the older sister coaching here in Pierre, the Pierre Governor boys basketball coach, and Brianna Kusler. As there's a swing and a miss, and the count's now 2-2. Older brother, the head coach of Aberdeen in the Aberdeen Smitties. Got the Aberdeen Smitties back to the state tournament last year for the first time in quite some time. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Staley will strike out. There's 5 strikeouts in the last 2 innings. And the last 6 men that he's retired have all been gone down by strikeout. Nolan Peterson struck out looking at his first at bat. He is 0 for 1. 2 outs and nobody on here in the bottom of the third. First pitch from Kusler. That is upstairs for ball 1. Was a couple of, mentioned the Aberdeen Smitties, and there's a couple of Legion games that have been played. I think the first Legion game between South Dakota opponents took place between Post 320 and Spearfish. Here's a swing and a miss, and it counts 1-1. It was Spearfish beating Post 320 12-2 yesterday. First Senior Legion game in the record books between South Dakota opponents, at least without looking at what 22 has done, but for Post 320 and Spearfish, that was their first South Dakota games. Counts 2-1. That one will catch the bottom of the zone at the knees, and the count's 2-2 here to Peterson. We still got another full week of the high school baseball season before we get in the playoffs 2 weeks from this weekend. This will be upstairs, and the count's now 3-2. Graduation weekend. Well, we do know that it's a best-of-3 series. It can be played Friday, Saturday, and you technically play, if necessary, on Sunday as well. But that would be mostly if there are rainouts that you end up playing on Sunday. That 3-2 pitch will miss for ball 4, so it is not a clean inning for Braxton Kusler. And it'll bring up Charlie Simpson, who lined out to the first baseman. Simpson hit it on the nose right to the first baseman, Riley. That's over his head, just past his right or left side, whatever it is. It's probably an RBI triple for Charlie Simpson because it was labeled for the right field corner. The first pitch will miss low for ball 1 to Simpson. But instead he hit it right at the first baseman, Riley, and then the Governor struck out in the next at-bat to end the first inning. Pickoff attempt. Diving back in safely over at first is going to be Nolan Peterson. Here's the 1-0. Simpson with a high fly ball, shallow right field, coming in as the right fielder to make the catch, and Palmer Boyd got underneath it. And that will retire the side here in the bottom of the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. After 3 complete, 1-0 lead for Harrisburg here at Heights Stadium. Back in a minute here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hey, yo, Speedo's Lawn Care.
Hello. Say, my yard's in rough shape. It's got weeds, brown spots, and crabgrass.
Yeah, no problemo. What shade of green you need? We got 31 shades of green over here. Even the latest shade of septic tank grass green. That one just naturally gives off a glow.
Call the professionals at True Green. They know how to get your lawn healthy and keep it healthy. They guarantee it. All technicians are trained and certified.
Call True Green, 224-1916.
Beck Motor Company, your local Chevrolet dealer in Pierre, would like to thank all our customers for their business. This year, we are celebrating an amazing 55 years in business. We appreciate each and every one of you. Our family-owned and operated Chevrolet dealership is dedicated to providing our customers with top-notch service in every department. We offer a vast inventory of new, used, and certified pre-owned Chevrolet and Cadillac vehicles. Our staff is committed to helping you find the perfect vehicle that you will love for years to come. Check out our inventory at www.beck-motors.com. Beck Motor Company, Pierre. As we welcome you back, it is a 1-0 lead for the Harrisburg Tigers and the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. And it will be 5, 6, and 7, Tegan Muntz, Noah Boucher, and Carter Gronseth. He might reach his base. It'll be Cohen Cook and then Palmer Boyd. Only one other game going on today between the varsity side of things or high school baseball side of things. It is Yankton that is trailing Brookings on the road right now, 6-4. They're playing a doubleheader. Yankton's got one on and one out in the top of the 7th inning. They're playing a doubleheader, and that is the only other games that are happening today for high school baseball. First pitch will miss just outside for ball 1 to Tegan Muntz. And a total of 7 games be played yesterday. That'll miss just outside. They will appeal, and he did not swing, says first base umpire. And the count's 2-0. Brandon Valley swept T yesterday, 12-0 and 12-7. Harrisburg played yesterday. That one will be fouled away, and the count's now 2-1. They swept the Washington Warriors 9-0 and 10-6. Lincoln beat Jefferson, shut them out 10-0 in the one game that was played, and O'Gorman swept Huron 5-3 and 4-0. This is flown out to left field. Spencer Easlin will go back, turn and watch this one and sail out for a home run. Tegan Muntz got an elevated pitch up in the zone, and he'll hit that one out for a leadoff bomb here at the top of the 4th inning. And the 8th home run overall for the Harrisburg Tigers. And Tegan Muntz has got his second home run of the season. So Harrisburg takes a 2-0 lead here in the top of the 4th, and what was okay for the Governors in that situation was it was just a leadoff home run, a solo shot. But now here's Noah Boucher. And Muntz was the guy that led off the inning because of the last at-bat, or ending the top of the 3rd inning, was because he was staying at the plate when the runner got thrown out at home. So all said and told, the Governors will take that, because if you would have had the same result last inning, it would be a 4-0 ball game instead of a 2-0 lead. Trying to look at the positive side of a solo shot. Here's a 2-0 pitch. That is outside, and the count goes now 3-0. And Zabel's got to find the strike zone here. 7, 8, 9 on deck here for Harrisburg. 3-0 pitch, that'll get over for a strike, and the count goes to 3-1. Governors are back here on Tuesday, taking on the Stevens Raiders. Then they got O'Gorman and Yankton to close out the season. This will be pop up on the right side. Second baseman Miles Doyle will give way to the right fielder Charlie Simpson, who made that a little bit more adventure than maybe what was planned, but Simpson does make the catch. Maybe got a spike caught up in the grass. And he'll make the catch, and there's one down here in the top of the 4th inning. And he'll bring up Carter Gronseth, who walked and then was thrown out at second, that fielder's choice. Gronseth, the .434 batting average, mentioned it earlier, best on the team. 5 doubles, 5 triples, 10 extra base hits, and his 23 hits in total. First pitch will miss for ball 1. Harrisburg ended up with 15 hits and 19 runs yesterday. That one will miss for ball 2, and the count goes to 2-0. But they had 4 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run. So 7 of their 15 hits went for extra bases. That counts 3-0 now here to Carter Gronseth. But that's what this team is. They are an extra base hitting machine. If you can limit them to singles, you're limiting them to strikeouts. They're not hitting a whole lot of singles overall. When you look at it, they do have 117 singles, but as that one is taken for a strike, the count's now 3-2. It might have been a little bit high and inside, but still a strike nonetheless. But 80 extra base hits out of 117 singles, 80 extra base hits on top of it. There's a ground ball to the right side. Miles Doyle tried to backhand it, but it will make its way into center field. That will end up being a 1-out error charge to Doyle, and the first error committed by the Pierre Governors here this afternoon. And there's 1 on and 1 out to bring up the number 8 hitter in Cohen Cook. So those ground balls still can get you out of the inning. But Don't want any unearned runs to come through, especially with a pitcher like Braxton Kusa right now that has been really feeling it as the first pitch is over for strike one. Here to Cohen Cook. Cook had the RBI fielder's choice. He got the Harrisburg Tigers on the board in the top of the second. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That'll be upstairs, and the count's now 1-1. With Harrisburg at 14-2 on the season in South Dakota games, even at 14-4, if you sweep them, you're probably going to end up with 50-point wins today. This will be flown out towards right center field. That was a shot that will get down. Cook maybe got off the end of the bat, so more of a bleeder of a hit for Cohen Cook. It's first and second now with one away, and it brings up Palmer Boyd.
Right fielder, number 3, Palmer Boyd.
Boyd flew out to the left fielder, Easlin, to finish out that top of the second. He's 0 for 1. Boyd threw yesterday in game number 1, ended up with that 9-0 shutout win. He threw 5 innings on the mound, allowing just 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. So Boyd, Boucher, along with Carter Gronseth are all unavailable for today. Here's the 1-0 pitch. After all pitching yesterday, and at least needing a day of rest. Cohen Cook threw yesterday. He threw just 5 pitches overall, so he is eligible to pitch again today if need be. 2-0 pitch. That'll bounce in. Another good block there from the catcher and Nolan Peterson. The count goes now 3-0. Here to Palmer Boyd. It is the top of the order that is due up next. 3-0 pitch. That is outside for ball 4, and it is now bases loaded here with 1 out. And it will bring up the top of the order in Jack Riley. Cody Sherrill, Nolan Peterson will both make their way out. And we'll talk with the starting pitcher and Jet Zabel. Bases loaded after an error, a hit, and a walk. This all came after a leadoff home run hit by Tegan Muntz. And we get into danger territory right now. A 2-0 ball game at the end of 3.5 is not the most ideal spot, but right now it is the ideal spot to be in. But you're still in the ball game down 2-0. If all 3 of these runs come in, and even if Riley or Max Carlson reach base and they come around to score and you end up being down 6-0, 7-0, it's a completely different ball game. And Harrisburg will have a stranglehold on this game.
Now batting the first baseman, number 10, Jack Riley.
Here's the first pitch to Jack Riley. That'll miss for ball 1. It goes just the left of Nolan Peterson. Riley's 0 for 2, struck out looking in the lead off the top of the first, and he grounded back to the pitcher Zabel in the top of the third. He's dealing with the bases loaded and 1 out right now. That's at the top of the zone and taken for a strike. There is activity out in the right field bullpen here for the Governors. Looks like J.J. Buckles is getting loosened up, and that tells you kind of how important each game is, that you're getting your guy ready to go, who is your closer, as that's a swing and a miss, and the count's now 1-2, who is your closer, but knowing that you can't just assume that you're going to be ahead in game number 2, then you got to go and try and get every game, regardless of what the score is right now. 1-2 pitch. There's a ground ball, third base side. That's underneath the glove of Kaiser into left field. 2 runs will come in to score. Eason will be able to pick it up to keep that runner at second, but it will be a 2-run error that will be charged to Kate Kaiser, and it's a 4-0 lead. So air charge to Kaiser. No RBI is given to Jack Riley, and it's now Max Carlson that will come to the plates. Second error of the inning now here for the Governors. Second error overall as well, but Max Carlson now is still first and second. So Max Carlson does have a home run, 9 runs driven in. One of the few times he's got guys in scoring position to hit with. And that'll be fouled away to the third base dugout for strike one. Now, with Buckles warming up, do you maybe go sit him if this thing starts to get a little bit out of control to then save him for that second game? This will be fouled back. It'll drop right underneath the press box. And the count goes to 0-2. It could have, if it would have dropped a little bit farther ahead, it could have bounced all the way up here. Could at least got a bouncing foul ball to come up here. 0-2 pitch. And it's high and outside. The count's now 1-2. Again, hitting with runners in scoring position here for Harrisburg. Opportunity for the Tigers to really extend this ball game. This will be flown out to center field. George Staley will continue to backpedal, but he'll be underneath it. He'll make the catch. Runner will tag from second to third, and he will slide in safely as Getz will cut it off the throw from Staley. And it's first and third now with 2 away. And it will bring up Maddox Shearer. First and third, 2 down. Shearer's got a chance to drive in another run. Runners in scoring position overall, 336 batting average as a team. And for Maddox Shearer, he's hitting .429 with runners in scoring position. It's a lot of base hits with runners in scoring position. Here's the first pitch to the number 3 hitter. Line shot up the middle. Getz will back in on one hop, throw the easy way to second, and retire the side here in the top of the 4th inning. But not before a 3-run inning led off by a home run by Tegan Muntz. 3 runs on 2 hits. There were 2 errors and 2 men left on base. After 3.5, it is a 4-0 lead for the Harrisburg Tigers over the Pierre Governors. Back in a minute here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Are you or a family member receiving Medicare calls asking if you've received your new Medicare card? This should be a red flag, as Medicare is not sending out new cards, and Medicare will not contact you to ask you about your card. If you have, or someone you know has received this type of call and they gave out their Medicare number, please contact the South Dakota Attorney General's Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Well, the Governors are down 4-0 here as we head to the bottom of the 4th on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schoffelbein scoreboard. The Harrisburg Tigers strike for 3 runs in that top of the 4th inning. And Braxton Kusler, who has been excellent so far in 3 innings of work, allowing just 3 base runners, 1 in each of the 3 innings. He's not showing any signs of slowing down so far through 3 innings. Although the pitch count may be starting to get up there just because of how many pitches he has thrown. And the fact that he's got 7 strikeouts in 3 innings. That pitch count starts to extend when you do have all those strikeouts. First pitch will miss low for ball 1 to Zabel, who was 0 for 1 with a strikeout. That ended the bottom of the 1st inning. The 1-0 pitch, that one will miss low. The count's 2-0 here from Kusler to Zabel. That is 53 pitches for Braxton Kusler right now. So still sitting pretty good as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning. 2-0 pitch. That'll be on the outside corner for a strike, and the count is now at 2-1. As Zabel looks to be a leadoff man on base for just the second time. They had a leadoff double to kick off the bottom of the first. Their only hit so far of the ball game. There's a ground ball to the right side. This will be fielded by the second baseman, Gronseth. This throw to first will be in time. And there's one down here in the bottom of the fourth. And it will bring up the number 5 hitter in Miles Doyle. As it is 4, 5, and 6. Doyle, then Kaiser. Anybody of the two reach base. Matthew Brewer will have a chance to hit. On the other side, Zabel's thrown 87 pitches through 4 innings, so he realistically can go through the 5th, and that's just about it. He's going to be really efficient in the 4th inning to try and get into, make that real efficient in the 5th inning to try and get in the 6th inning. Counts 1-0 here to Miles Doyle. Struck out looking in his first at-bat. He'll wait the 1-0 from Kusler. Upstairs, and the count is now 2-0. You're listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station. RBI fielder's choice from Cohen Cook in the top of the second. And the leadoff homer on the top of the fourth, and a 2-run error in that 4th inning is given the separation for the Harrisburg Tigers right now, leading 4-0 here in bottom of the 4th inning. 2-1 pitch to Doyle. Ground ball that is fouled down the third base side, and the count goes to now 2-2. Governors had a leadoff double from George Staley in the first inning. He got to third on an error charge to the catcher, Max Carlson, but then was left stranded after it was a strikeout looking, a line shot to first base that was caught, and then a strikeout. And Braxton Kusler has allowed just 2 base runners since then, 1 reaching on an error and 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts. Looking for strikeout number 8, but that one will miss high and outside. The count's now 3-2. On deck is Cade Kaiser, also a strikeout victim of Braxton Kusler. 3-2 pitch. That is high and outside, and Doyle will draw the walk. 1-out walk issued. Second walk of the ball game from Kusler. And it will bring up Cade Kaiser, who is 0-for-1 with a strikeout. Again, for Kaiser, only 3 total at-bats so far in the season. This is only his 6th plate appearance overall. Picked up 3 runs so far. His courtesy ran quite often in the first part of the season, dealing with that broken finger. And when the Governors got him back, it wasn't long then after that Rich Leimbach goes down. He is planning to have surgery soon, which will keep him out at least 9 months. First pitch to Kaiser is a swing and a miss, and for Rich Leimbach, a really tough injury, and it's not going to be Tommy John surgery. However, when the doctor gets in, his dad was talking about that, there's a pickoff move. Doyle was starting to take his secondary lead, but does get back safely. His dad was talking about the surgery, and that if it ends up being more than what the MRI or what it showed, that was outside the counts 1-1, that it then turns into a full-blown Tommy John surgery, in which is a 12-month process to get back. So you're hoping that it's just a 9-month process, and he can come back next year for Pierre Governor baseball and be able to pitch all summer of next year. This will get away from the catcher, and the second will go Miles Doyle. He thought about sliding, but the throw was not coming from the catcher in Carlson. And where Doyle was at over at first, the way that ball got away from the catcher, Carlson, it was hard for him to see that ball get away. So he was late breaking to the bag, but he does stand up at second, and he is now in scoring position, but Kaiser will swing and miss as a 2-1 pitch, and the count goes to now 2-2. So we're hoping for the best for Rich Leimbach, and he, of course, then will not be able to play this summer as well. Kaiser will get into the 2-2 pitch and launch it out to center field. Backing up, still the center fielder. That is going to get caught by the center fielder out near the track. Doyle does tag from second to third. Kaiser is standing at second. He thinks it got down. Almost positive it didn't get down. It did bounce up then. It is going to be a double. Okay. To me, it looked like he caught the ball, but it did get down, and Kaiser standing at second base. It went right over his head. So Doyle stands at third base. And, yes, you could have scored, but you knew that you're going to be over at third base. And on a play like that, you have to be standing at third. And, again, even from up here out in the press box, I thought the center fielder had caught it. But it just bounced right back up to him. As Brewer fouls the first pitch away for strike one. Swing and miss, and the count's now 0-2. Obviously, you'd love to see Doyle score on that, but as he stands at third base, it's second and third with one out. So it is the first hit of the season for Kaiser. And the count goes to 1-2. So Brewer's got a chance to cut this lead in half with a base hit. He and Dawson gets the next two hitters. Brewer swings and misses, a pitch in the dirt. Miles Doyle's going to try and score. They're not going to get anybody out. The run does score, and Matthew Brewer will be safe at first. Carlson slid as he was trying to get to the ball, and maybe had thought of maybe throwing it home, throwing it to first, and then just couldn't come up with any kind of throw. And so it goes to the strikeout and a wild pitch. Kaiser ends up at third base. Brewer is safe at first. And the Governors are on the board in an unusual way. And now a base hit does make this a two-run game and a shot to the gap. Maybe that Matthew Brewer can score from first. Second time he's reached base, but does it with an error and a strikeout. First pitch is over for strike one. In a kooky inning. Maybe it was more so because I thought the center fielder had caught Kaiser's double when he really didn't. That one's fouled back by a guess, and the count's now 0-2. The Governors do get one of those runs back right now. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Kusler to Dawson Getz. Upstairs for ball one. Brewer stands at first. Kaiser at third. Kusler comes set in a 1-2 pitch. And then Dawson Getz will take strike three as he tried to hold up on the curveball, but it caught the outside corner for a strike, and there's now two down. That is officially strikeout number 9 for Dawson Getz. And here's Spencer Easlett. 2 strikeouts in the inning so far for Braxton Kusler. He can make it 3 strikeouts in the inning and still have a ground ball out. The fact that he did pick up a strikeout of Matthew Brewer, but Brewer reached base as it counts 1-0 here to Spencer Easlett. He did strike out back in the bottom of the third inning, lead off the third. Easlett got a piece of it, fouls it away out of play, and the count is now 1-1. Kaiser leads away from third. Wild pitch pass ball could bring him in without Easlett have to swing the bat. 1-1 is upstairs, and the count's 2-1. Brewer stands at second. Easlett does have the power. Hit a home run last year during the summer against Brandon Valley. He drives one out in the gap somewhere. Chance with 2 outs. Maybe score Brewer from first base, but that one will be taken on the outside corner for a strike, and the count goes to now 2-2. Starting to get a little bit of activity down the left field bullpen. A small lefty, it looks like, that maybe a small right-hander that will start to get loose. 2-2 pitch. Runner takes off. That is fouled off by Easlett. Just got a piece of it. Bounced a couple of different times off of Carlson. And so the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kaiser at third, Brewer at first. 4-1 our score here in the bottom of the fourth. 2-2 pitch. Kuzler, he steps off. The throw is not in time. Brewer took off for second. Kuzler stepped off. He looked at second, then he turned back and threw it home, and Kaiser was able to get the hand in front of the plate and on the plate to make it a 4-2 game. So a delayed, or not even a delayed steal, an early steal from Brewer. And Kate Kaiser then takes off and steals home. The Governors have manufactured a couple of runs off of, without even having to swing the bats. No RBI so far yet for the Governors. And a base hit from Easley can make it a 4-3 ball game. But he'll swing and miss to the 2-2 pitch and will strike out to end the inning. But not before 2 runs score on just 1 hit in the inning. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. After 4 complete, it's a 4-2 lead for Harrisburg over Pierre. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
AGE Corporation's Contractors and Crane Service is a proud supporter of Pierre Governor Athletics. For almost 60 years, AGE has been building South Dakota. For all your site work construction and crane work needs this season, AGE is here to help. Give them a call. AGE Corporation and Crane Service, 223-2732. That's 223-2732. AGE, proud supporters of local sports.
At AgTegra, we're leveraging the power of the cooperative to benefit our farmers and ranchers, their families, and local communities. We're creating jobs for your neighbors and putting money back into our communities. We're lending a hand in our rural fire departments, food banks, and 4-H and FFA programs. That's what local is all about. When you do business at AgTegra, you help us make a difference in your community. AgTegra, strong, stable, dependable, and local.
J.J. Buckles is now on the mound here for the Pierre Governors as we welcome back and into the top of the 5th inning. 4 innings of work for Jet Zabel, and he is not in the ball game. Actually, he still is in the ball game. He'll play right field. Looks like maybe, Charlie Simpson goes from right to third base. And it looks like Kaiser will come out of the ball game. So the change will be Simpson to third base. Buckles will come in and hit in the place of Cade Kaiser. I think those are the changes. And yeah, Jet will be out in right field. So to bring up Eli Kokenge to lead things off here in the top of the 5th inning. Only man that did not come to the plates in the top of the 4th. And he'll wait on the first pitch from J.J. Buckles, who will be taken for strike 1. So J.J. Buckles, this will be for him appearance number 6. 6 in the 3rd inning so far in those 5 appearances. Does have a save. 3 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned. That one will take a high hop from the grass to the dirt. Takes a hop over the glove of Charlie Simpson. It'll be a leadoff single for Eli Kokenge. And here at Heights Stadium, we're supposed to be getting the breaks and the bounces that go the way for the Governors. But that time it was the Harrisburg Tigers that get a friendly bounce. And it'll bring up Tegan Muntz, the DH, who is 2 for 2 with a single and a solo shot. First pitch to Muntz, who hit that home run in his last trip to the plate, will take strike 1. In Buckles, that was only hit number 4 allowed on the season. 6 runs, 4 earned runs. 8 walks, 7 strikeouts, a 4.4 ERA and a 1.74 whip. That's a swing and a miss, and the count's now 0-2. If you take out that first outing that he had where he didn't allow or couldn't get an out before he was removed, as the 0-2 pitch is spoiled by Tegan Muntz. His ERA is under 1. His whip is under 1. He's been excellent since that first outing. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Muntz off the end of the bat, and that will float in for a base hit. Zabel will be able to pick it up off of a hop. And Muntz is now make that 3 for 3 with 2 singles and a home run. And it brings up Noah Boucher, who is 1 for 2 with a single.
The third baseman, number 16, Noah Boucher.
So the Governors, who are down 4-2, and we go close the book on Jet Zabel, as he went 4 innings, allowing 4 runs, only 1 of them earned on 4 hits, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. And he threw 87 pitches, so he will not be eligible to pitch again until next week, Friday, when O'Gorman is in town. Not eligible to pitch on Tuesday against the Stevens Raiders. They'll miss low, and the count's now 1-1 here to Noah Boucher, who is 1 for 2, singled back in the top of the second. Part of back-to-back singles by the Harrisburg Tigers in that second inning when they scored their first run. 2-0 pitch, it'll bounce, it'll get away from Peterson, and to second and third will go both runners. And the count goes to 2-1. And with nobody out, the Tigers are threatening again. They're threatening with the 2 runs that scored for the Governors in that last inning, their first runs. Harrisburg is already threatening to get those back. Here's a 2-1 pitch. That'll be taken for a strike, and the count's now 2-2. Buchholz will deliver the 2-2 pitch, looking for a strikeout. Curveball that just stays above the zone. Maybe a little bit outside, and the count goes now 3-2. Boucher will dig in. Here's the payoff pitch from Buchholz. Foul back. And we'll do it again here at 3-2. Carter Gronseth, Cohen Cook be the next 2 hitters. 3-2 again. Swing and a miss, a strikeout, and Peterson dropped the ball on the tag, and now he will tag after it was Boucher who thought that he was already out, then realized too late that Peterson had dropped the ball on the tag. But there is 1 down, and we'll bring up Carter Gronseth, who is 0 for 1. He walked and then also reached on an error.
Number 9, Carter Gronseth.
Here's the first pitch. That'll bounce in. Peterson to his right. And the way that ball bounced, the runner at third in Kokenge was able to, didn't really see the depth of where that ball was getting away from Peterson. Catch him at third base. Infield is in all the way around here in the 1 out in the top of the 5th inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That is outside. The count is now at 2-0 here to Gronseth. Buchholz, the 2-0 pitch. Upstairs, and the count's now 3-0. Other game, the first game of that doubleheader between Yankton and Brookings has gone final. After Yankton came back down 6-4 in the top of the 7th, scored 2 runs to make it 6-6. It was a walk-off error in the bottom of the 7th for Brookings to take the Game 1 win. Land on top of the press box. Count is still at, no, the count is now 3-1 as Gronseth had the green light on a 3-0 count. 3-1 pitch will miss for ball 4, and the bases are now loaded with 1 out. But now it's a chance with Cohen Cook. A ground ball can be a force out at home. You can turn it up the middle. Have a chance to get out of this with 1 swing of the bat right now. But also with 1 swing of the bat, this 2-run ball game can be drastically different. First pitch to Cohen Cook. That'll be taken for a strike, and it's 0-1. Brookings goes to 10-8 on the season in South Dakota games. Yankton is now 5-8 in South Dakota games. We'll see Yankton coming up next week Sunday, Mother's Day, and the final home game and final games of the regular season. 0-1 pitch is a check swing, but no swing from Cook. And the count goes to 1-1. Brookings came in at 7th place, Yankton at 11th. Governors are coming in 5th place in the standings. 1-1 pitch is on the outside edge, and the count's now 1-2. Harrisburg was number 2 coming into the week, and by my calculations of updated standings, they're sitting at number 3 right now, just behind Stevens. But a couple of wins here against the Governors, and that will change as well going into Monday. That 1-2 pitch is left upstairs, and the count's now 2-2. Brandon Valley, who has got just 2 losses so far in South Dakota games, one of them being against the Pierre Governors. They're 12-2, and they lead the standings right now. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. That's strike 3. Runner started to go, and he will make his way, scatter his way back to third base. And it's a strikeout of Cohen Cook. And there's now 2 down, and it brings up Palmer Boyd. So back-to-back singles. Made it first and second. Wild pitch made it second and third, a strikeout, and then a walk. Another strikeout. So the bases are loaded here with 2 outs. And J.J. Buckles is trying to get himself out of danger. Palmer Boyd, who was 0 for 1 with a walk last time out. First pitch will miss outside for ball 1. And again, a reminder that the top 8 will host the playoff series. Best 2 of 3. Again, 2 weekends from this weekend. 1-0 pitch will miss, and the count's now 2-0. And then the 8 winners of that best of 3 series, just like you see in the Legion Super Region round to get to the state tournament, that's what it'll be, except for the state tournament will be single elimination, played on just Friday and Saturday. 2-0 pitch. That'll miss low, and the count's now 3-0, and Buckles got to fire a strike with the bases loaded here. Boyd drew a walk back in the top of the 4th inning. Probably has a red light right here. 3-0 pitch will miss for ball 4, and it will be a bases loaded RBI walk for Palmer Boyd. And where Buckles was almost able to get out of that unscathed. Now gives up the run on the walk. And it's back to the top of the order for Jack Riley. Riley is 0 for 3 so far. Struck out looking, grounded back to the pitcher, then reached on an error. First pitch is at the top of the zone for strike 1 to Jack Riley. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Buckles. That is upstairs, and the count's now 1-1. One from Buckles. Swing and a foul tip, and that is now a 1-2 count. Bases are loaded here with 2 outs. Top of the 5th inning. 1-2 pitch. Time is called instead. Buckles looking for his 3rd strikeout of the inning. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him out on strikes. And that will retire the side here at the top of the 5th. 1 run scores on 2 hits in the inning, no errors, and 3 men left on base. After 4.5, it is a 5-2 Harrisburg lead over the Pierre Governors. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Stolken Peterson LLP has been your local CPA firm for over 40 years, offering tax preparation, bookkeeping, payroll, and consulting services. If your business, farm, or ranch needs professional, accurate, and reliable services, we are your firm. Our clients are our #1 priority. If you need a higher level of accounting service, give us a call at 605-224-5828. That's Stolken Peterson LLP, 222 East Missouri Avenue in Pierre. Comtech, your local technology solutions provider, is now located on the truck bypass. With great brands like Bose, Sonos, LG, Samsung, Lenovo, and so much more. Stop in to see their new showroom for everything in stock for your personal or business needs. Comtech provides professional installation and service after the sale. Comtech is your local technology store, located now on the truck bypass, or visit us on the web at comtechplus.com. Bottom of the 5th inning, Pierre Governors are down 5-2 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. as it will be for the Govs. The top of the order, George Staley, Nolan Peterson, and Charlie Simpson. Anybody reaches base, then it will head to the number 4 hitter in Jet Zabel. And again, Kate Kaiser comes out of the batting order right now. J.J. Buckles is in his place. If anybody, and he would be hitting 6 in the batting order. As we start the bottom of the 5th inning with Staley, who is 1 for 2. Doubled to lead off the bottom of the 1st inning, but then was stranded at third base. Got to find a way to get through on Braxton Kusler. And they started to do that in the last inning, scoring those 2 runs, but did not pick up an RBI. Here's the first pitch. Staley will swing and foul that one back. He was right on that first pitch fastball. Counts 0-1. Staley with 349 batting average coming in. He's now got 6 doubles, which is a team high in extra base hits. That one will miss low, and the count's now 1-1. It's a team high in doubles, but also he has the most extra base hits, with 3 being the next highest by Charlie Simpson, Nolan Peterson, and Jet Zabel. Here's the 1-1. Ground ball on the left side. It'll be fielded by the shortstop and Kokenge. His throw to first will just beat Staley, and the leadoff man retired to start the bottom of the 5th inning. And we'll bring up Nolan Peterson.
The catcher, number 4, Nolan.
Peterson is 0 for 1. He struck out looking in his first at-bat. Then he drew a walk in the bottom of the 3rd. Braxton Kusler, they did have some activity in the left field bullpen, but didn't amount to much of work. And Kusler will stay in the ball game, and as he had thrown just 52 pitches or 53 pitches to start the 4th inning. Or the 4th inning, he was still in a pretty good spot going in here, and now into the bottom of the 5th as it counts 2-0 here. And for Braxton Kusler, that was now pitch number 85 overall, so he is starting to get up there in pitches. Maybe this inning could be his last if he is unable to get through this inning efficiently, as it counts 3-0 now here to Peterson. Maybe a chance to walk Peterson for the 2nd time in his many plate appearances. 3-0 pitch is right down the middle for a strike, and the count's 3-1. 3-1 pitch. That'll miss low for ball 4. And a 1-out walk issued to Peterson. First time, the 2nd time that he has walked, and it brings up now Charlie Simpson. Simpson is 0 for 2. He lined out to the first baseman, then flew out to the right fielder, so he's the ball on the right side both times. The first time it was on the nose to the first baseman. First pitch, Simpson tried to check his swing, but it's called a strike anyway, and it's counts 0-1 here to Simpson. More activity out in the right field or in the left field bullpen for Harrisburg, and that will most likely be the reason to get warm is with Kusler's pitch count getting up there. Counts 0-2 now here as Simpson will take strike 2. And just more throwing around out in the left field bullpen. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Simpson will ground this one foul, and the count remains at 0-2. Ty Raymond is the one that is warming up right now for Harrisburg. That'll be a check swing. And no swing from Charlie Simpson, and blocked up by Max Carlson. And the count goes to 1-2. Runner on first and 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Simpson got underneath it, popped up on the right side. The second baseman will take charge, and Grosseth will make the catch for the 2nd out. And Simpson is now 0 for 3. 3 times has been on the right side of the infield. Now it's Jed Zabel, 0 for 2. Struck out swinging in the first and grounded out to second in the fourth. First pitch will miss low for ball 1. The 1-0. It is high and outside, and the count's now 2-0 here to Zabel. In the 6th inning for Harrisburg, 2, 3, and 4 is due up. Gooser will step off, and easily back in standing up is Peterson over at first base. Here's a 2-0 pitch. Zabel maybe chased a ball 3, swings and misses, and the count goes now 2-1. Two-one pitch. Instead, check over at first, and diving back in safely is Peterson over there at first base. Gooser comes set, 2-1 pitch. That is inside. The count goes to now 3-1. On deck is Miles Doyle. Can hit with a runner in scoring position potentially if Zabel reaches base. 3-1 pitch. This will be popped up left side. That will get out of play. And the count goes now full at 3-2. So off of the pitch will be Peterson, but with a lefty of Kusler, you got to make sure that he does go home and doesn't throw over. The 3-2 pitch, Peterson takes off. Zabel will float out into shallow center field. It'll be a tough play for everybody, but this left fielder will come in and shear and make the catch to retire the side here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Make that the bottom of the 5th inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. 5 completes. It is a 5-2 lead for the Harrisburg Tigers over the Pierre Governors. Back in a minute, you're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Nystrom Electrical Contracting in Pierre has been providing professional sales, service, and installation since 1977. Whether you're starting from scratch, new construction, or you're upgrading your current system at your home, farm, or office, give the professionals at Nystrom Electrical Contracting a call. They've got a lot of bright ideas. Call Nystrom's today to schedule a free computer-generated estimate. The number is 224-8750, or visit their website at nystromelectric.com.
It is the top of the 6th inning. The Pierre Governors are down 5-2 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. 2, 3, and 4 here for the Harrisburg Tigers. Max Carlson, Max Shearer, and Eli Kokenge to lead things off. And we'll see if Kusser will have one more inning to work for the Harrisburg Tigers before having to be removed because of pitch count. He wasn't overly inefficient in that 5th inning, but he does now have 99 pitches, so only 6 pitches to work with, and he'd have to be very efficient and get the first 5 pitches and get 2 batters out in the first 5 pitches before he'd have to be removed, or to at least try and maybe go the whole 6th inning. First pitch will bounce in front of the plate, be wide, and counts 1-0 here to Max Carlson. Carlson is 0 for 2 so far. Struck out back in the first, walked in the 3rd, and flew out of the center fielder Stalley in the 4th inning. As he leads off here in the 6th and takes a strike, and the count is even at a ball and a strike. Game 1 of 2, doubleheader here at Hyatt Stadium. Everything will be doubleheaders from here on out to the rest of the season. which I say that, but there's only 3 more doubleheaders left to go after today as it counts now 2-1. Stevens on Tuesday, O'Gorman next Friday, and then Yankton the following Sunday on Mother's Day. 2-1 pitch. There's a swing and a miss, and the count's now 2-2. You assume that it could be a potential of a doubleheader maybe played on Friday of that best of 3 series, and then the championship or the, if necessary, game to be played on Saturday. This will be fouled back. And the count again remains at 2-2. You think that the state tournament, as long as the Governors make it, you would think that they would play the first round on Friday and then the semifinal championship on Saturday. Swing and miss for strike 3. And Max Carlson will go down for the 4th strikeout victim already here for J.J. Buckles. And it brings up Max Shear. Shear's 1 for 3. He singled back in the 3rd inning. Flew out to the right fielder, Simpson, a diving play by Simpson. There's a check swing that is going to be fielded by Buckles. More of a bunt from Shear, and he'll throw to first to retire him. And there's now 2 quickly down here at the top of the 6th inning, and it will bring up Eli Kokenge, who is 1 for 3 with a leadoff single back at the top of the 5th. So in the 4th inning, when Harrisburg scored 3 runs, they had 8 guys come to the plate. They only scored 1 run in the 5th, but they had 7 of the 9 guys come to the plate. Now Buckles is trying to get a short inning, whether it be quick or not, still looking for a short inning of limited to maybe just 3 batters, 3 to 4 batters come to the plate. 1-0 pitch to Kokenge. That'll be up Stein. The count's now 2-0. But would think, go back to the state tournament, would think that it would be 4 games on Friday, all the first round games or quarterfinal games, as it counts 3-0, and then the semifinals and championship would be played Saturday, which would be the usual day where you end up having the top 4 teams make it, but now having the top 8 teams make it. A chance to play both Friday and Saturday, but you'll have to win games to do that, as that one will miss for ball 4. And it will be a 2-out walk issued to Kokenge on 4 pitches, and it brings up now Tegan Muntz. There's been a hard out so far. Singled back in the 2nd, homered in the 4th, and singled again in the 5th. 3 for 3 ball game. First pitch, curveball that is outside for ball 1. That last base hit in the top of the 5th inning was one that he hit off the top of the bat and was able to bloop it out in the right center field for a base hit. He'll foul this one back, and the count's now 1-1. Governors will have 5, 6, and 7. One pitch. That'll bounce and get to the backstop. And to second base will go Eli Kokenge. So runner on second. Count is 2-1. Here to Muntz, who has another RBI opportunity. Well, his first RBI opportunity. And he'll line that into center field, but right to George Stalley, who took about a step and a half to make the catch and retire the side here in the top of the 6th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We have the bottom of the 6th. Pierre Governors down 5-2 to Harrisburg. Back in a minute here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
So Ty Raymond is on the mound now here for the Harrisburg Tigers as we head to the bottom of the sixth inning. We'll get you full numbers on Braxton Kusler here in just a moment, but he will deal with 5, 6, and 7. Miles Doyle, J.J. Buckles, and Matthew Brewer. And for Raymond, this will be his first appearance of the season. Make that his sixth appearance of the season. Couldn't find him on the stat sheet. 14 innings so far for Raymond, 2-0 on the season. This is his fifth relief appearance and 6 appearances overall. 9 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned runs. He's got 19 walks, 26 strikeouts, an ERA at 2 and a whip at 2. So batting average against a 173. And so again, he'll deal with Miles Doyle, J.J. Buckles, and Matthew Brewer. And anybody that reaches base, it'll be Dawson Getz. This Harrisburg team coming in a 161 batting average against, which isn't much higher than what, or lower than what the Pierre Governors are giving up at 192 team batting average against. But so far, Harrisburg with 5 runs on 7 hits, 2 errors, and the Governors with 2 runs on 2 hits and 2 errors. It has been one for Harrisburg that's took advantage and had the 2 starters. Braxton Kusler end up being just a little bit better overall the day, if you really can say that. Both were really good, even though there's 2 errors against both of those guys. So the first pitch is taken for strike 1 to Miles Doyle. And for Braxton Kusler, he went 5 innings of work, giving up those 2 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned on 3 walks and 10 strikeouts. Doyle with a ground ball to the right side, fielded by the second baseman Gronseth, who boots it, but his throw to first will still be in time as that was picked over at first by Riley. And the leadoff man is retired to open up the bottom of the 6th inning. And it brings up J.J. Buckles. And for J.J. Buckles, as he comes to the plate for the first time, he is just 1 for 11 of the season, 2 runs driven in, though, so a 91 batting average, and can help himself out with this team down by 3 runs by getting on base with nobody on and 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. He'll take strike 1 from Ty Raymond. They go from the lefty to the righty on the mound, just like the Pierre Governors did. That'll be at the top of the zone and taken for a strike, and the count's quickly 0-2 here to Buckles. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 for Harrisburg in the top of the 7th. It is 6, 7, 8 right now for the Governors, but the number 6 hitter Buckles will swing and miss, and a 3-pitch strikeout from Raymond. And there is now 2 down, and it brings up Matthew Brewer.
Now batting first baseman, number 15, Matthew Brewer.
So 2 away, nobody on here in the bottom of the 6th inning in game number 1 of our doubleheader. First pitch will bounce in for ball 1. Here to Matthew Brewer, 0 for 2 so far. During air in the 2nd. Struck out but got to first on a drop 3rd strike in the 4th, so he's 0 for 2 but been on base both times. That one's over first strike. I think counts now 1-1. Only so many certain ways that you can uniquely get on base without a base hit. As that'll miss inside, the count's now 2-1. Obviously, the 2 main ones are, or 3 main ones are walk, being hit by a pitch, or reaching on an error. Then you get a strikeout, drop 3rd strike. That was a strike call on the outside corner. The count's now 2-2. You maybe get on base with a catcher's interference. I guess you can add intentional walk on there. Not too many more ways to get on base as the count's now 3-2. Might be the only other way, I guess. it'd still be considered a walk if ball 4 would be a balk with nobody on base. 3-2 pitch is fouled at the plate. But Brewer does have two of those different ways to reach base without, I guess, fielder's choice on another one they can reach base on without getting a base hit. But Brewer does have two of those more uncommon, or I guess one of the uncommon ones of reaching base. 3-2 pitch again to Brewer. That'll be taken high for ball 4, so he has reached base on 3 different ways in this ball game by an error, strike, drop, third strike, and a now walk with 2 outs, and then brings up Dawson Getz, number 8 hitter. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, struck out swinging in the second, struck out looking in the fourth. He was 2 of the 10 strikeout victims from Braxton Kusler, who has turned over the bullpen and trying to preserve this 3-run lead. As the first pitch is over for strike 1 to Dawson Getz. The 0-1 pitch. This will be chopped at the plate and foul. The count goes to 0-2. Getz was behind that pitch, so if you're Raymond, do you maybe throw a curveball in the dirt? Maybe you throw a fastball up high right around the eyes to try and get Getz to chase. Try and blow a fastball by him. 0-2 pitch. Taken for strike 3. And that will retire the side. Here in the bottom of the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. We have played 6 completes. We head to the 7th. Harrisburg leads Pierre 5-2. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up all online. New or used, shop for it all online anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Top of the 7th. Harrisburg has a 5-2 lead on the American Family Insurance Brandy Shuffle by and scoreboard. It'll be 6, 7, 8. Noah Boucher, Carter Grosseth, and Cohen Cook. Anybody reaches base as we go then to Palmer Boyd. So Boucher 1 for 3. Singled in his first at bat and ground ball over to the third base coaching box. And the count goes to 0-1. Single back in the top of the 2nd. Back-to-back singles with Tegan Muntz. Then he flew out of the right fielder. At that point was still Charlie Simpson. And then he struck out swinging. As J.J. Buckles will deliver the next pitch here to Boucher. This will be popped foul. That will land foul down to the first base dugout. I believe the count is 1-2 here to Noah Boucher as Buckles will be looking for his 5th strikeout in relief. Zabel went 4 innings, giving up 4 runs. Only one of them earned on 4 hits, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. So if only earned runs matter, the Governors would be protecting a 2-1 lead right now, but they're making a 2-2 lead. Or 2-2 tie, 2-2 lead. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Ground ball off the end of the bat underneath the glove of Charlie Simpson. And it will be a leadoff error. And the 3rd error against the Governors here in the ball game. And it'll bring up Carter Gronseth. Gronseth is just 0 for 1. He walked twice. He reached on air in the 4th. That was when he came around to score. On the 2-run error from Jack Riley. That'll be to the backstop. And to second base will go Boucher. And so now the insurance run has moved into scoring position off the leadoff air. The 1-0 pitch upstairs and counts 2-0. Governors have really struggled to retire 7, 8, 9 in the order. They've only retired them just twice as it counts 3-0. They've only given up just one hit to them, but they've walked them 4 times and reached on a fielder's choice and a single. And when the bottom 3 get on base effectively in the batting order, that either spells trouble for you if you're the team letting them get on base, or it spells success if you're the one getting on base most of the time. This will be popped up, foul territory. Brewer will give it a chase and a look, but it will land out of play. And the count goes now 3-2. And so from 3-0, it is now 3-2. Buckles looking for, again, his 5th strikeout. That one is taken for strike 3. And the first out recorded here at the top of the 7th. And we'll bring up Cohen Cook, who is 1 for 3. RBI fielder's choice in the 2nd. Single in the 4th, and then struck out swinging in the 5th. Trying to limit that leadoff error to staying at 2nd, or at least just not coming in to score in this ball game. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Governors in the bottom of the 7th, while Spencer Easlin, George Staley, Nolan Peterson be 9-1-2 for the Govs. And they're looking to only have to score 3 runs to keep the ball game alive and 4 to win it. But there is a runner in scoring position that counts 2-0 here to Cohen Cook. Make it 3-0 now here to Cook. So Palmer Boyd waits on deck. 3-0 pitch. 4-pitch walk, and it's 1st and 2nd. And it brings up Palmer Boyd, who is 0 for 1 with 2 walks.
That brings up the right fielder, number 3, Palmer Boyd.
Be the 4th walk issued by J.J. Buckles in 2 1/3 relief appearances in this appearance. And 57 walks in 13 games for the Governors coming in. Now got 7 walks here in this ball game. First pitch to Palmer Boyd is over for strike 1. Governors have over 103 strikeouts. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Boyd rips it out towards left center field. Easlin will come over, slides, and makes the catch. The throw back to second will be just a bit offline, but back in safely anyway is Boucher. And it's a great sliding catch from Spencer Easlin. And there's now 2 down here in the top of the 7th. And it brings up Jack Riley. He's a little slow out there in left field, stretching his back out. It seems to be okay. 2 down now here in the top of the 7th. Here's Jack Riley. First pitch swinging. There's a line shot, and that will get down in front of Easlin and Staley. Coming up with it, the throw will start to come to the plate. It'll be cut off by Simpson. And it's an RBI single for Jack Riley to make it a 6-2 ball game. And it remains 1st and 3rd, so that leadoff air does come back to haunt the Governors. An RBI single for Riley. And now it's Max Carlson. Runners at 1st and 3rd. We'll see if that runner, Riley, will be in motion right away. First pitch not running and taken high for ball 1. Carlson has struck out twice. Also flown out to the center fielder, Staley. He is 0 for 3 with a walk. 1-0 pitch upstairs, and the count's now 2-0. Max Shearer, who is 1 for 4, is on deck. A 4-run ball game now with Harrisburg leading 3-0 the count. Here to Max Carlson. 3-0 pitch. That is over for a strike. The count's now 3-1. Governors still have some life in the bottom of the 7th inning, especially at the top of the order, starting with Easel, number 9 man, then the top of the order. Still have some life in that 7th inning, but got to keep this a 4-run deficit, as that one's fouled back, and the count's now 3-2. And with the runner at first, and Riley, he will be off with the pitch. And a base hit with the speed of Riley, or at least with Riley moving on the pitch, he could come in to score, but that'll be upstairs for ball 4 anyway, and the bases are now loaded. And it's a dangerous situation here with Max Shear to the plate. Runners all over the base pass right now. Bases loaded and 2 outs. Get the courtesy runner. And we'll see who that courtesy runner is. It'll be Darren Safransky. Darren Safransky will be pinch running for the Harrisburg Tigers. Had to go from the lineup card to the stat sheet to make sure I can. The spelling was looked a little off on Safransky from the lineup sheet that Harrisburg had given. But Darren Safransky is the courtesy runner. Bases are loaded. 2 outs here at the top of the 7th. The 1 run has already scored. As Coach Sherrill has gone out and talked with Buckles, trying to settle him down and get this last out and give the Governors a chance, down by 4 in the bottom of the 7th. But the first pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Max Shear with 20 runs driven in. He's got the most plate appearances of anybody on the team. And this will be popped up on the left side. Who will take charge? Buckles, Simpson. Buckles will make the catch, as Simpson was right behind him and underneath him. But Buckles does make the catch, and it does retire the side here in the 7th inning. The Governors escape with minimal damage. 1 run scores on just 1 hit, 1 error, and 3 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Harrisburg leads at 6-2. Back in a minute here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
It is the bottom of the 7th. There is a 6-2 lead for the Harrisburg Tigers, and 9-1-2 due up here for the Governors. They need 4 runs here in this bottom of the 7th inning to try and extend the ball game. And they get Spencer Easlin to start things off. He's 0 for 2 at 2 strikeouts. Raymond is trying to finish off the final 3 outs of this ball game. And with Stallion Peterson on deck, this is a great spot for the Governors to treat Spencer Easlin like a double leadoff right now. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Get him on base. He's got good speed. George Stallion behind him, obviously the traditional leadoff hitter in the batting order with really good speed as well. And you get those 2 guys on base, you're off to a really good start with 2, 3, and 4 after that. As a 1-0 pitch is a curveball that drops in for a strike, and the count's 1-1. 6 runs on 8 hits, 2 errors for Harrisburg, 2 runs, 2 hits, 3 errors for the Governors. As that pitch is upstairs, and the count's now 2-1. 4 of these 6 runs scored by Harrisburg have been unearned runs, as both the runs that the Governors have scored have been earned runs. As the 2-1 pitch is a swing and a miss by Easlin. The count goes to now 2-2. Raymond, who struck out 2 last inning, allowing just 1 walk in that bottom of the 6th, will strike out Eastland to start the bottom of the 7th. And there's 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th, and it is the top of the order. And the Governors are down their final 2 outs here in game number 1. You're listening to KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station, just past 3 o'clock. Emma Thielen is back at the station. John Wickler here. Beautiful Saturday afternoon here at Heights Stadium, and it's a gorgeous Saturday to be playing baseball. First Saturday of May. First pitch to Stally is skied out towards right center field. Coming in is the right fielder who will give way to the center fielder who drops the baseball. Stally will now take off for a second. The throw to second, they still got him out at second base. Cohen Cook dropped the ball out in center, and then he was really lackadaisical picking up the baseball. So Stally took off for second, but Cook threw a strike to the shortstop in Kokenge to tag him out, and there's now 2 down. It will go down as an E8. And then 8-6 on the putout. So there's now 2 down. And it's up to Nolan Peterson to start the rally here for the Governors. First pitch will miss for ball 1 to Nolan Peterson, who has walked twice. That'll be at the top of the zone and taken for a strike. The count's 1-1. And Peterson, as he ducked and turned back, he started to put his hand up saying, oh, it's a little bit too high, but put his hand back down quickly. 1-1 pitch is on the outside edge for a strike, and the count's now 1-2. And Peterson will have to battle as the Governors are down to their final strike here in game number 1. 1-2 pitch, taken for strike 3, and that will retire the side and the ball game. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and no man left on base after the end of the 7th. It is a 6-2 win for the Harrisburg Tigers in game number 1 of our doubleheader. We'll return and wrap up game 1 before we start to get you set for game number 2. Back in 2 minutes here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Wagner Auto Company is your complete transportation headquarters. Now is the time to order your new Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles, plus a good selection of quality pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles. They'll take care of you after the sale with a full-service parts and auto body shop with trained technicians, along with a friendly financing team that'll work with you to find the best deal and one that'll fit your budget. Wagner Auto is your local full-service family-owned dealership for over 115 years. WagnerAuto.com. That's WagnerAuto.com. Yag Air Incorporated is your locally owned ag, chemical, and seed retailer. Yag Air Incorporated offers reliable ground and aerial application. For the latest seed and chemical pricing, contact Kyle at 605-280-8710 or Tony at 605-280-4771. Yag Air for all your ag, chemical, and seed needs. Kyle 605-280-8710 or Tony 605-280-4771.
Sometimes you get a piece of it and the ball sails over the fence. Other times, despite your best efforts, you strike out. I'm not just talking about the game, I mean your day. This is Pastor Sam of Faith Lutheran Church. Whether today feels like a home run or a strikeout, I encourage you to join us for worship. We celebrate when God gives us a wonderful day. We provide support and encouragement when that third strike comes. Come join us for encouraging and uplifting worship at Faith Lutheran Church.
Look, it's no secret that owning a vehicle can cause a lot of stress, and they get a lot of wear and tear on them through the extreme seasons we've grown to love. Graham Tire wants you to know that you can trust them with any problem that you have with your vehicle. Their ASE certified mechanics can make your AC cool again, or even just change your oil. They can look into and fix those noises that seem to come from nowhere and have you stressed out. Bring your car to Graham Tire so they can put your mind at ease. Graham Tire, your tire store next door.
It is a 6-2 win for the Harrisburg Tigers in game number 1 over the Pierre Governors. John Wickler back with you here on this Saturday afternoon as we go through the scoring total for you. And it was 6 runs on 8 hits. And there were 3 errors by the Harrisburg Tigers. They left 12 guys on base. 2 runs on 2 hits, 3 errors, and 6 men left on base. as the Governors fall to now 9-5 on the season. Time of the ball game was 2 hours and 4 minutes for game number 1. Braxton Kusser will get the win on the mound, going 5 innings, giving up 2 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, 10 strikeouts. Jet Zabel went 4 innings, 4 runs on 4 hits. Only one of those runs were earned. 3 walks and 2 strikeouts. J.J. Buckles, while Zabel gets tired of the loss, Buckles came in relief, gave up in 3 innings, he gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, only one of them earned, 3 walks and 2 strikeouts. Ty Raymond will get the save in 2 innings of work. He did not allow a run or a hit, had just 1 walk and had 4 strikeouts in that ball game for the Harrisburg Tigers, as they were led in RBI totals by Tegan Muntz, Jack Riley, and a bases-loaded RBI walk from Palmer Boyd. And those are the only 3 RBIs in the entire ball game, with the Governors also scoring 2 runs that were not with any RBIs. So a game that was not a whole lot of scoring taking place. Muntz obviously had the solo shot in the 4th inning, but a 3-run 4th was the difference in the ball game. And the Govs, who gave up 1 run in that 2nd, a 3-run 4th, 1-run 5th, and picked up 1 more run in the 7th for some insurance runs. Govs scored their 2 runs. Miles Doyle and Kate Kaiser both scored, one on a drop third strike and the other on a double steal. And that ended up being the difference in the ball game, and a 6-2 win for the Harrisburg Tigers, who improved to now 15-2 in South Dakota games. The Governors dropped to 9-5 in South Dakota games, and they will have 1 more game to play here today here at Hyde Stadium. So we'll get set for game number 2 coming up in just a little bit. We will send things back to the station. We'll have a couple of minute break, and then we'll hear from News Director Zach Nelson, who'll have his weekend news to play for you here this afternoon. And then we'll start to get you set for game number 2. If you're watching YouTube, we will end our broadcast here on YouTube and get the game 2 broadcast going up in just a little while. So that'll be coming up if you're on YouTube. Hang tight. We'll get the second game up and going here shortly. But we will have game 2 coming up in about 20 to 25 minutes from now. Right around 3:30 is when we'll get going for game number 2 of our doubleheader. 6-2 win for the Harrisburg Tigers in game number 1.